Welcome, man. Welcome to Julio's Fan Cage. You already know what time it is. We back, man. Part 1. Man, we got Tony James in the motherfucking building, man. What's going on?
It's been a minute. We were supposed to do this a while ago.
Man, I thought you would never come through, man. Come on my sessions, man. What's going on, man? Talk
Peace,
to me,
bro.
man.
Peace. How you feeling, man?
Man, how you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling amazing,
Man,
bro.
you got a lot of great things going on out here, man.
Oh, yeah, we doing some things.
What you got going on, man? I see, man. One thing I wanted to start off by saying, man, you're amazing.
Thank you, bro.
Film
Thank you.
producer, man.
Thank you, brother.
Them films is everything, man. You know, I sit back sometime, man, I watch some YouTube films, man. I'm like, damn, I can't wait to get in these films. I can't wait to see myself in these films. You know what I mean? So, by me, that's one.
But you already in one. You know, it's coming. It's
coming.
They just don't know yet.
Broken behavior, man.
Shout out to my little sister Carolyn.
Definitely.
Smiley. Randall.
Definitely, man. Definitely. How you feel about? Well, how you feel about the films that you shoot on the regular? You know, from different people and stuff like that. Like, what made you get into these films and things like that?
All right. So first of all, I really want to definitely appreciate you having me here.
Definitely. No question.
The first thing I gotta say is I was doing music over 20 years ago.
Okay.
Like, that was the main thing before I started doing films in 2010. My first film was Brick City Boys. It became a YouTube classic. I garnered 6 million views before it was big. Ironically, my girl, shout out to Issa Rae. Issa Rae had her YouTube sensation. She had a web series going on, and then after that, you know, she blew up doing Insecure. But we was neck to neck at one time. I had Brick City Boys, had Risk the Life of Floyd Sabrina. Shout out to all my cast members in that. But before all of that, I was doing music. I was doing tracks for people, writing songs. Sang with various groups.
Okay.
Went solo, you know, earlier in my time. And yeah, I was doing music before I was doing all that. Doing beats for Treach from Naughty by Nature. My boy Do It All from Laws of the Underground. I was working with some heavy hitters at one time. Yeah, Jersey great.
Because you're from Brick City.
Yeah, I'm from Norton, New Jersey. So
you know,
I'm from Brick City. And shout out to Brick City. You know, gotta show love to home all day, every day. But once I evolved into doing films, this is where it's at, man. I love it. This I can't see myself doing nothing else except this. You did?
Definitely, man. Shout out to Brick City, man, New Jersey.
Indeed, bro. North New Jersey all day.
I love New Jersey, man. New Jersey got some great people out there, man.
Absolutely.
Definitely,
Absolutely.
Man. All my brothers in Jersey, man.
Absolutely.
So far as the film, you know, shooting and stuff like that, what do you see yourself at in the next, I say 2 to 5 years?
Okay.
Where do you see yourself?
All right, so the goal is next year, 2026, is to have about 5 or 6 films circulating on Tubi, Amazon Prime, YouTube, all over, you know, streaming platforms worldwide. But the goal is to make the Fredericksburg area just as lucrative and, you know, prosperous as Atlanta, Georgia, because I look at Atlanta, Georgia, and also Detroit. Shout out to everybody, all the filmmakers from Detroit. Detroit became the new Mecca to me. It used to be Atlanta. Shout out to Tyler Perry. But now Detroit, you talk about some, you know, ex-strippers, ex-hustlers, all the exes have become, you know, filmmakers, you know, producers, screenplay writers, actors and actresses. And the greatest thing about Detroit is they show love to one another. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they don't put themselves in a pigeonhole where, you know, they're trying to figure out who's better than, you know, the next man. You know, shout out to my man Murder Payne. Murder Payne, to me, and Kamal Smith, they're the pinnacle. You know, and plus Dennis Reed. I got to shout out Dennis Reed, because Dennis Reed, the second, I have some films with him and Sean Armstrong at Homestead Entertainment. So I got to shout them out. But nonetheless, you know, Dennis Reed, the second, Kamal Smith, my man Murder Payne, they revolutionized, to me, what Detroit is now as far as filmmaking is concerned. So my goal is to do the same thing here in Fredericksburg, to the point where we make it lucrative enough where people get paid, you know, Singer-songwriters can get their music heard. People who want to act that never act before can be in some films, get their acting chops up. Definitely. It's so much when it comes down to filmmaking that's open to us as a people. You know what I mean? And for us to be able to create and establish ourselves in a place where now we don't need Hollywood. You know what I mean? We don't need, and I'm not being prejudiced, but, we don't need those gatekeepers anymore.
There you go.
You dig what I'm saying? We're able to create our own, material. You know what I'm saying? And we love our stories. Nobody can tell stories like us. Yeah. Exactly. So to, revolutionize Fredericksburg as a Mecca. And that's my goal. Right now, I've been working with some extremely fortunate people. Like, I've been fortunate to work with some extremely talented people, And, like I said, my little sister, I've been working with more women than men. And I can be honest, the reason why is because no egos.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I've been doing it long enough where if I give somebody some information, we can utilize the information, sit at the table, construct something, and be able for all of us to eat. Unfortunately, the brothers, we tend to always put ourselves in a situation where we want a war, you know what I mean? That crab in the barrel mentality. And with the women I've been working with, that I call my little sisters, I've been extremely fortunate to find some real dreamers, women that are compassionate. And, shout out to my little sister, Carolyn Smiley Randall, my girl Kendrea R. Williams. They've been holding me down. They could have been one and done, because when I say what I'm about to say, it's the truth. I'm the plug. And what I mean by that is, for the right price, I'm able to help you get your film off the ground.
Definitely. Film
everything. Now, the deepest thing is, in this field that we're in, to do a decent film, I mean a real decent film, may cost $30,000 and up. So about $30,000 and up. What I've been able to do is make those kind of numbers, break them down, you know what I mean? Yeah, and definitely. Not only break those numbers down where it's suitable enough for them to come in and utilize say if they got savings.
You're using the street talk, man,
you know what I mean?
To business talk.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's all it is.
It's street talk and changing around to business talk.
That's what it is. When
you
look at it. If you look at it this way, somebody come and you say, all right, well, cool, I got this to work with, right? The reason why I say I'm the plug now.
Not talking drug talk.
Not talking drug talk is because I'm able to get their films being able to be seen on streaming platforms like Tubi, Amazon Prime, Google Play, Folsom TV, et cetera, et cetera.
And that's big.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But that's the other thing. We as a people, they on Tubi, they all right. No, it's in this day and age, to get your film on these platforms where you can be seen, it's not an easy feat. I just finished shooting with my girl. Shout out to Nicole Milner Carter. Sometimes I got so many names.
Yeah. Busy
you know what I'm saying? I just did her film, Secret Truth, over the past October month, the whole entire month of October. So what I'm doing with these women are able, they're able to be seen.
Yeah.
Right?
Tell their story.
Tell their stories. And before they met me, they worked with this one, and they worked with this one, and they worked with this one. But like I said, I'm proud and I'm fortunate enough to get them through the door where they can now have a career in filmmaking.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Screenplay writing. These young ladies already had books. You know what I mean? When I talk about Kendrea R. Williams and Nicole Carter, they already have books. Now they're able to incorporate their books into film.
Definitely.
So with that being said, that's the reason why I say I'm the plug, because I'm able to take what they give me, right, and use what I do the absolute best with the least amount of effort.
Yeah, you moving forward.
Indeed.
Definitely, man. I like that, and I can vouch for that, man, because I've been on movie sets with this man. Like, damn, when is it going to end? You
right,
know what I mean?
Right.
Cut. No, this, that. Look, he's going to make sure your film is going to be excellent. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
I have seen him also take certain scenes and move them around and do something like that. I don't think that's going to fit in there. I don't think that's going to work with that.
Right.
He had changed my whole script around. I'm like, bro, I got my script. I've been studying my script for the past month, and you're going to change my script? Like, goddamn.
Well, here's the reason, and he's shortchanging what it was, right? It's okay. I wasn't trying to take you out there. You know, what happened was in certain times when you're doing certain scenes, some people will memorize. Now Julio had his, you know, he was all memorized. He was ready.
Yeah, that's what I do.
You know what I'm saying? But he, you know, in the scene, he had other people that were in the scene with him that didn't quite memorize their lines or couldn't convey their lines where it was believable. You know what I'm saying? So what I do in my profession is to make sure that everybody has a reasonable, you know, airtime, so to speak. Like if you're on the radio, everybody can, you know, speak when they got time to speak, or more so, you got screen time.
Definitely. That
person got screen time. And I'm able to create it to the point where the dialogue flows and is fluid. And you were there to see it. So any set you come on, I not only am a writer or producer, I direct. You know, and a lot of people say that they are director. Let me explain something to you. You got to be able to act in order to direct. I'm also an actor. My first film, Brick City Boys, as I mentioned,
there you go.
You know, I acted, I wrote it, produced it, directed, even though it looked terrible. I don't start somewhere. If I would have known what I know now, but nonetheless, I acted in the whole thing, and I'm a connoisseur of acting. You know what I mean? This profession is my passion. I watch movies all day, right? I even do reviews. If you go to my page, did you see it on Tubi yet? I have a whole review page on what films people can watch. Definitely. This is how much I'm dedicated to making sure that people are enjoying this thing called filmmaking. Definitely. So, you know, this is what I do. So you were there. You did your thing.
Thank you.
You did your thing.
Appreciate that.
Indeed. And when it was all said and done, we did like almost 20 takes. But once it was all done, everybody got their shine. Everybody conveyed their lines correctly. And it was all good.
See, I think, you know, it's been times, you know, that movie scene, you know, that we've been doing or whatever, you know.
Right.
Broken Behaviors 2, you know.
Broken Behaviors 2, y'all. It's coming. January.
So it's like, they know your profession is like, take one, take two, take two. It's gonna be so many takes. So some people be having a lot of things going on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So some people like, man, I can't make it to that day, you know, but we gotta keep this shit pushing. So a lot of things get cut out and put back in and shit like that. So because people had things to do, you know what I mean? So, but this movie, man, Broken Behavior 2, man, I think he did a great job on this film. And when they come out, man,
yeah, y'all gonna love it. If you haven't seen the first one, Broken Behaviors 1,
definitely Broken Behaviors.
Go on Tubi or go on Amazon Prime. You can even go on YouTube. It's all of those, you know, streaming platforms. You can see it. And this is just part 2, which is actually crazier than the first one. Shout out to my man Nelson J. Davis. Who graced us. You know, he's been in previous films with me with Falsity Chapter 2. They call him AKA Mr. Tubi for a reason. The man got 86 films and counting. And I mean, great individual. If you want to work with somebody that's dedicated, that knows their ins and outs, because he's also a writer, producer, actor. And as you'll see in if you notice in Broken Behaviors 1, he played it light. You know, he played a light role. On Broken Behaviors 2, they turn up. So I can't wait for y'all to see it.
See, man, that's why I like this man, man. This man here, he's going to shout out to people, man, and shit like that, man. But he also needs to shout out and put a, you know, pat to his back. and he's a great man, man, when you're filming, man. And how many movies you have, you know what I mean, out there for us now? All
right, so if you go on Tubi or Amazon Prime, like I said, my first film was Brick City Boys back in 2010. I have risked the life of Floyd to bring them. I did that around 2011, 2012. It actually was a series. It was a YouTube series. I turned it into a film. Then I have Supposition. Shout out to my man Heath Snow. Heath Snow, Jewish brother. He's still my brother, regardless, you know. Jewish brother. He actually helped me really formulate and get the criteria as far as filmmaking with equipment is concerned, right? He came out with the black magics and all, you know, the jibs and all these other things that you know, the lights and everything. So when I was doing it with Brick City Boys and with, you know, with Risk, I didn't have none of these things. I had 2 cameras. That was it. He came out with the jibs, the sliders, and the whole nine. So because of him, I'm where I am today as far as, you know, equipment-wise, learning how to use, you know, the equipment professionally. So yeah, shout out to Heath Snow, and he also was the producer, executive producer on Supposition, and also my other film 10 Minutes Ago. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We also got Supposition. No, we also got Falsity, chapter 1 and 2, also on Tubi. 10 Minutes Ago, we also have. Then we go into Broken Behaviors.
Okay, that's one.
That's one. Then you got Deadly Obsession 1 and 2. That's Kendria R. Williams. Okay. My newest one, Sincerity, I just dropped. My distribution company just dropped it on YouTube maybe a month ago. Not even a whole month ago. It's only 2 weeks. Let me see. No, it's a month ago. And we're almost to 200,000 views
and
right now.
And I've been, not to cut you off, but I've been following that, and I was seeing when it was going to drop, but I didn't get time to check that out. Let me ask you, what's his name? Well, his name in our movie is Cash.
Okay.
So is Cash in that Sincerity movie? Or
no, Cash, Nelson J. Davis is actually, he's in Falsity Chapter 2.
Oh, that's what it is.
He's actually in the first, because there's 5 stories of betrayal in 1 and 2, and there's 5 stories broken down. He's in Kitty Cat and the Dog. Okay, and that joint, if you get a chance to watch it, y'all will love it. It's about a young lady who actually, some people call it split personalities. Okay. And her split personality is Cat. Her real name is Kitty, but Cat is off the chain. So Cat is introduced with Nelson J. Davis' character, and needless to say, you don't want to mess with Cat. So it's called Kitty Cat and the Dog, and he's the dog.
Yeah, not
so yeah, man. But yeah, Nelson once again, man, one of the best people on the planet you can work with, man. He's incredible. Definitely, he's incredible. And I shout out everybody. I shout out, it's some incredible filmmakers that's in North Carolina and South Carolina. Shout out to my girl Niecy J. Jordan. Incredible. Okay. Incredible actress, businesswoman. She's an executive producer. I think her film on Tubi is called A Woman's Revenge, if I'm not mistaken. And that movie is dope. So I love to shout out everybody. Like you said, as far as patting myself on the back, I just do what I do. Yeah. But showing love, that's what I'm all about.
Man, I'm gonna get back to what we were talking about, the Detroit. Man, oh, yeah. I feel Detroit has Tubi in a chokehold like hell. You know what I mean? Murder Pain, man, that's one of my favorite actors.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I'm always sharing this shit yes, like
sir.
That, man. Murder Pain, he's the truth, man.
Indeed.
And I fuck with him, man.
And if you haven't seen McGraw Ave and McGraw Ave, H Block, I'm telling you, McGraw Ave, like I got his, he's got an app, right? And I downloaded and brought the app on a monthly basis. Got to check out the app, y'all. It's U-Cult. Okay. And he hasn't shown McGraw Avenue because McGraw Avenue is actually done now. Yeah. Right? You can only see it on U-Cult. And the way Murder Pain did the end of McGraw Avenue, I promise you, y'all gonna love it. Yeah. Y'all gonna love it. So Murder Pain, then like I said, I just left the house and was watching Kamal Smith with I can't think of the name of the film, but it's actually a series where the young lady plays an undercover cop. And she just loves the game so much. And I ain't going to tell you all about it, but y'all got to watch it. I think it was called, I can't think of it. It'll come to me later. But yeah, right now, Detroit, if you are a filmmaker, you have to pay attention to Detroit, man. If you are a writer, actor, actress, you have to pay attention to Detroit. If you notice, everybody is in everybody's film. They're all the same. Tyler Perry started that, right? Yep. But what Detroit is doing is reinvigorating, making sure that everybody eats. Yep, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we that's in this film business, or starting in the film business, so to speak, we have to watch all of those who are revolutionary in their tactics of making sure they bring out good product. And right now, Detroit is giving out great product. Great product, man. Yeah. And I'm like I said, I'm looking at all Tubi movies. I like all movies. I pay attention to everything. One thing about me, I pay attention to everything that's around me, what they're doing, and cause me, I'm out promoting. I want to lock in with people. They're doing great things, like how we locked in. You know what I mean? Indeed, bro. We locked in. Well, we was neighbors. Yeah. I came down here 5 years ago, 5.5, and maybe 2 years after. I'd say maybe 3 years after the 5 or between the 5. This brother is next door. And every time I see him, he's elevated, taking his business to the next level, whether it be, podcasting, whether it be, the music. He also hangs with the go-go bands. Like, he's always promoting and esteeming other people. And, I commend you on that, bro, because a lot of people, once they get their shine, they don't like to share it. You dig what I'm saying? You a humble brother. You do it, and you do it well. I'm giving it to you straight up, bro. I'm giving you your flowers. And yet you share all your platforms with everybody. So I commend you, bro.
That's another thing, man. Like, a lot of people not gonna share your stuff, man. The person that I am, you see the person that he is. I mean, he's shining on everybody, not shining. So me, I can have a party right here, and I know somebody having a party 10 minutes away from my party.
Facts.
On the same day. I'm going to share their shit before I share my own.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? That's because I just love everyone's shine. You know what I mean? You can shine more than me. But I'm the person that's going to share everything. By me saying this, man, I'm going to keep sharing people's, content, sharing people's parties and stuff like that. People like, you're not getting paid for that? No, I'm not worth getting paid for that. I'm just showing the love.
Yeah, man.
Out here, man, it's about showing. Everybody want to get paid for something. You know what I mean? It's not, hey, it's not a problem getting paid. Everybody wants to get paid. You want to get paid, man, go to work. You know what I mean? But show the love. It takes 1 second to hit the share button, bro. You know what I mean? I sit down, I make AI, I make all type of different, stuff for other people. Before I even think about myself. You know what I mean? But, man, show love to the people, man.
Yeah. And it's so funny that you just said that, and I'm looking, because I don't want to say her. What you call Dichotomy podcast. My girl Mona Brown.
Oh, Mona, shout out to Mona, man.
Yeah, Mona Brown also is in Falsity Chapter 2. When I first got down here, something about Mona, the look, the presentation, her spirit, her energy. I was like, I gotta have this young lady, in the film, in Falsity Chapter 2. And she was just, she was excited, came on, did a remarkable job on the film. And that's what we do, man. We share the space, time, and energy, and make sure everybody is getting shout out, getting showed the love they deserve, man. So yeah, Mona came through on that, man. So
man, shout out to Toya White, man. Toya White, man, she's great, man. And she's been on the couch numerous of times, even when we was neighbors. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's been here. She's been, definitely behind me 100%. You know what I mean? Like I said, she gave us that award
that's
right
what's
there.
up.
You know what I mean? What's up. Me and Mona Brown was on the same award on the same day. I'm like, man, what's this award about? I said, I'm up against this person. You know what I mean? I'm thinking like, well, what's this person? You know what I mean? I'm like, man, am I gonna get rewarded for my shit? Because this person's been out here doing this shit before me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was a blessing for me to be in the building beside Mona. You know what I mean?
And y'all look good, man. And even with that award show, I thought the presentation was great. And we need to, like I said, bro, as a people, you know what I mean? As black people, we definitely have to esteem one another in the positions that we striving in. You know what I mean? And if they do it, and, I'm talking about the dominant society. If they are doing it, why not us? Why can't we, esteem one another and show each other and give, each other the flowers we deserve, man?
And that's what it's about.
Indeed.
And that's what it's about, man. You got to learn to, take time out, man, and give someone else their flowers.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? Because you're going to give yourself your flowers.
The dope economy. I'm sorry.
Dope economy. I'm sorry. Yeah, dope economy. Hey, look, I had that same problem. Look, I went up on stage, right? Let me tell y'all this. I'm on stage. I'm going to shout out. I said, shout out to I said, well, whatever, what it is. She said, it's going, you know what I'm saying, tongue twitching or whatever. So I was up there and I couldn't say it, man. But shout out to her, man. Mona Brown, she's a sweet lady, man. And she has a lot going on as far as podcasting, man. And she has so many shows. So many of the same people that I know. You know what I mean? It's a constant flow with her. She stay consistent, man. And she's dope, man. As far as just being on the mic talking and giving out good speeches and stuff like that, man. She's great, man. So man, shout out to them. What's the name again?
Dope Economy. The Dope Economy podcast. Y'all check it out.
There you go, man. Dope Economy.
Man.
Please check them out, man. You already know.
And going back to Carolyn, you know why I call her my little sister. First of all, our birthdays are days apart. We're underdogs. Like, you're an underdog. Mona's an underdog. And she was on YouTube and she worked with other people. But when they didn't come through, she could have just said, "No, I don't want to do it anymore." You know, shout out to Bill. Her and Bill, you know, spent a lot of money, and yet she still had the endurance, the vigor to say, you know what, regardless of what they didn't do, I'm still going to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, my little sister, you know, that's what she does, man. She, for her to act, write it, produce it, you know, co-direct, she, you know, same thing, you know, with you know, Kendrea, write it, act it, produce it. And that's what I'm saying, dealing with the ladies, man, they just have a different, you know, gusto about themselves to make sure that they're going to get it done no matter what, man. Definitely. You know, sometimes we as men, you know, we see the ball. We know we can get it, but after a while, because it takes so long
to reach it,
we'll let it go. You know, we'll get to something else.
But they don't.
But they don't, man. These women with, you know, they have so much pride and integrity that they're gonna make it happen regardless, man. They're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. We and that's what I'm also about, steaming the women these days. These women, their confidence, you know, they're different. They're different. You know what I mean? And I love working with them, bro. You know, it's nothing like seeing a woman that got that kind of mindset where she can sit there, write it, and see it, and ask you to do it. You know what I mean? It's incredible.
So will you say that for all age group women?
Now, that's a good question, all right? So if we're going to be transparent, I can't say that I see all young ladies. It's you know, I see leaders and I see followers.
There you go.
Right? I see women of a certain age and a certain caliber and a certain respect, self-respect, that no matter what, they're going to make it happen, right? Then I see the ladies, or young ladies rather, that will emulate a young lady and do what that young lady does. And when she gets embarrassed, when she gets checked, when she finds herself in a situation where she loses her confidence, she'll drop the ball. And not to mention, and I got to be transparent once again, ladies, and I'm sorry, but it's the real. I know we men have issues, whether it be egos, women against women. Bro, I've never seen, and I'm you know, I'll be 54 in January. I've never seen such a conflict with young women like I see today, right?
With young women.
With young women.
Not your young women, with older women.
Right. No, well, here's the thing.
Young women.
When I say young women, I'm saying women from, let's say, 18 to about 28. Let's get 10 years, right? And what happens usually, like I said, the emulation. I've even sat there and heard conversations when women, young ladies that is, will get pregnant, right? Just to bag a dude.
By an older man.
By an older man, or even somebody that age, somebody that's hustling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So now, right. So they looking at the baby as a check.
There you go.
Right? And I'm you know, sadly, I'm speaking facts. This ain't nothing, you know, they do things for the check. Definitely. Even to show their bodies off. You know what I mean? Like, in my day, it wasn't no streaming platform where you can go pay $5.99 and a woman strip.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a certain pride of integrity. Back in my days with the dolphin earrings, the girl, the baddest chick who had the baddest body, you could see through the Jordache or the Sassoon, or you know what I'm saying? So in my day, women didn't take off the clothes. No. Women have more clothes, and ironically, you like, oh, I got to dream about her. You know what I'm saying? You had to dream about them, and not to mention, when you got that one, oh, she was a winner.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Because her respect level and, you know, her self-esteem, she knew who she was.
And then no man could say, man, I seen that on the throne. She is bad as shit. Nah.
The closest we got back in my days was we go to a house party and we in the basement, red light, blue light, and you like, oh, I just want to dance with you, right? So you got the girl, y'all dance, you get the hump in your back.
Wall to wall.
Your wall to wall, y'all rubbing jeans. You know what I'm saying?
Tip like you'll catch on fire.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So now you going home and y'all exchange numbers. Guess what? You on the phone all night long. You know what I'm saying?
Mama might pick the phone up.
You know, hey, get off my phone. You raising my bill up. You know what I'm saying? You embarrassing. So now it's like y'all falling asleep on the phone. You hang up. No, you hang up. You know what I mean? Damn, I thought I hung up. next thing you know, you go to school. Oh, you know, you had a good night, went to the party, and whole nine. Oh, you with somebody? No, I'm not with somebody. You with somebody? No, I'm not. Yeah. Now you with that person.
Now you writing
right?
notes and shit.
Now you writing notes, yo. You know, you like me. You got the box, yo. Say yes or no, or say maybe. You ain't gonna say it. So, in my days, and not to sound like an old fogey, but you know, like my guy, well, you know, half a century. I'm half a century, 3 scores. Nonetheless, right?
Forever young.
You think I'm saying forever young? So now here it is in this day. Nah, it's microwavable. They want it fast.
Fast, quick.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
When I heard the song "Bands That Make Her Dance," I said, "Oh, it's over.
Culture. It's
over." You dig what I'm saying? So now you got young ladies who saw the movie Players Club, and they're making that a lifestyle now.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So now their only way of life is, oh, I got to get on that pole. Oh, that's going to pay for my school, right? The disadvantage is, oh, yeah, that's going to pay for your school, but yet you got the whole block looking at you.
And the kids.
You know what I'm saying? And then
the children.
if you never study a young woman by the name of Sarah Barthman, right? Sarah Barthman, they made her a circus. White people made her a circus, right? Where, because she had a big behind, she's originally, I think, either from Haiti or Jamaica, but one of the islands. Okay. They made her a display, right? Where she had the physicalities of our beautiful black goddesses, right? And she got her hooked on drugs. They got her hooked on drugs and the whole nine, but they made her a circus. They took her everywhere just to display this body. You know what I'm saying? So right now, there's so many Sarah Barthmans that we're seeing. And they're young age, like I said, from 18 to 28. That don't have that integrity, that self-respect, that self-esteem.
Definitely.
So now they enjoy it, right? So now everybody got a what's called OnlyFans. Everybody got an OnlyFans. I can't go on Facebook without seeing a young lady twerking. Now that's a part of our culture, you know, as far as African culture is concerned. So we can go as far back and see those traditional dances. They didn't do those dances like that. It was a traditional thing that was a celebration.
As far as a belly dance.
Yeah, you had all of that. Whether you look at the Indian brothers and sisters, whether you know, culture, right? It wasn't a culture to put a situation where a woman degraded herself or defamed herself.
There you go.
It was a celebration. So you seen women twerking.
See,
we don't know our history, man.
We don't know our history.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Not to go off topic.
Go ahead, bro.
It's the same topic.
My bad, man. I divulged.
That's right. That's
right.
We're not go off topic. We're going to keep it as far as what we're talking about is that. That's why these women today, they like, well, I don't need a man. But I don't need this, I don't need that. Because, you know, we got the OnlyFans, you have this thing on the internet, shake your ass and all that shit. And that's why they be like, oh, a man ain't shit. This ain't that. Well, you're not giving us the chance to be a man, to show you that we're the man that you really want, that you're looking for. You'll get on the internet, shake your ass, and then you see looking for a real man.
Well, here's something we don't talk about, right? All of this stuff is in our bloodline and our DNA that's passed down for those who went through slavery. You know, I see a lot of videos nowadays, you know, saying, oh, well, my people's Moors, they were already here. Unless you are, you know, you have all your paperwork to show this. Definitely. Everybody's just spewing out information. Like I'm a descendant of slaves, right? Jamestown. But nonetheless, when you look at all the atrocities that came through the bloodline of us as a people who were slaves or enslaved, not even use the word slaves, that mentality was passed down. When you look at a sister that was in the house as opposed to a field nigga, as they called us, right? That sister in the house that took care of master's children, etc., that when her husband got back to that plantation, whether they bought him or whatever the case may be, she looked at him lower than what he was. Why? Because he couldn't provide what master was doing. So now you look at that atrocity through the bloodline. So when you see young ladies, if a man say, all right, well, I got a job as a garbage man, or I got a job, you know, as a cleaner or a janitor, right? They will degrade that man who's making a good living, who gets paid, maybe not like a rapper or a basketball player, et cetera, but they would degrade that man. So we look at it from the outside. When you look in the inside, as far as DNA concerned, that bloodline, that's a bloodline ritual she spewed out of her mouth.
Yeah.
She's practicing the same mindset that Master trained her own guy, great-great-great-grandmother and the whole nine, and now she's emulating and doing it herself.
Yeah,
so then when you, like you said, there's no man that can take care of me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's that same mentality. When you look at the 70s and you look at movies like Claudine, right, where she has 6 children, you know, that's also a reprobated mind where now we're seeing that they esteemed it. You dig what I'm saying? So now they put it on the front line where beautiful Diane Carroll went from man to man. She was trying to find love in all the wrong places.
Yep.
Wound up getting 6 kids.
Yep.
When she found the right man, then some of the kids enjoyed them. Some of the kids rejected them
Exactly.
because that same thing was in the bloodline.
Exactly.
So all we do is regurgitate the stuff that was in our past without even knowing where it came from. A lot of these young ladies are doing these things because they don't know where it came from. Majority of them, and I'm not going to say all of them.
It's some grandmothers that still.
Oh no.
Stuff like
The
that.
matriarchs and the patriarchs.
That's
Indeed.
giving them that the game. You know, I met a lot of different, not a plenty, different women. You know what I mean? A lot of them lack a lot of different things, and a lot of them is great at a lot of different things. So like everyone is different.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
it's about what you want. You know what I mean? It's about, you know, when you growing up, man, you find that high school sweetheart and you groom them and you grow with them and you show them
Indeed.
what it is with that, because you know what I'm saying, your parents might live across the street over there.
Facts.
You know, oh, I know your mom peoples, you know what I'm saying, so they grew up around the same era.
Indeed.
So that's the shit you want to gravitate to.
Indeed.
And shit like that.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Or
To
you
build
can
something.
reconstruct. Not to cut you off, you can
There you go.
reconstruct. Like when I look at me, you know, I grew up fatherless. My mother and I were estranged. I don't want to get into details, but we didn't have a great relationship at all. And I was the oldest of 3. So my main goal with my 2 sons, I got a 31-year-old son, I got a 21-year-old son. My main goal is to break the chain, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Destroy that generational curse that's on, you know, and my father, allegedly, you know, it's 20 plus of us, right? And I'm the only one born on his birthday, right? So it is not just something for me to do as a father or of a man that has children. It's my quest to make sure that my sons don't wind up going through the same adversities that I went through.
Definitely.
In my time. You know what I'm saying? We talking about molestation, we talking about the block, et cetera, et cetera. And when it's all said and done, when my children see me, they see a man. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, they see a strong black man. Your family or your children can't really grasp what they're looking for until they see it in the house.
There you
right?
go.
So,
Come on, man.
so the whole thing with me when I spoke about those sisters earlier, you know, some of them may not have had a strong, you know, black male role model in the home, right? Some of them may have, but got, ingested what they saw on platforms, you know what I mean, on social media, what they saw through the artists, you know,
That's
like
what they learned.
they learned behaviors, and that's a great thing. There you go. So majority of the things that we see, unless we dissect and learn step by step and break the chain or destroy it, it's all learned behaviors.
That's why someone there telling them that, no, that's not the route to go.
Facts.
You know what I mean? That's not the way to go as far as that. Well, maybe this is the way to go, but you don't go by it as that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It has to be that role model there. Not even that man role model. It could be a woman role model that have brains. You know what I mean? That can talk to them and let them know that the person that been out there, that's seen them things, that been through those type of things, and be like, man, this is not, I ain't been there. This is not the way to go. You know what I mean? So you definitely got to have that role model there and showing you what way to go and what way not to go. Man, as far as go ahead.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. Like we talk about the matriarchs, we talk about our grandparents, and I had a great grandparents that actually weren't my grandparents. Ironically, right? They weren't my bloodline, but I saw what a great man looked like through the man that I thought was my grandfather, right? So now I'm in that place where the man I thought was my grandfather has embedded some things in me to say, okay, I wear cologne, so now my son's wearing cologne. You dig what I'm saying? I like to dress up neat, keep myself, pants up off, on my ass. So now my sons do the same thing. So when you also look at great women, right? My grandmother, who I thought was my grandmother, was a great cook, right? And when she would sit down with the family, whether it be, she would sing. So what do? I marry a woman who emulates my grandmother. I've been with my wife, married 23 years, together for 25. Why? Because she has some of the elements that I saw that my grandmother, projected. And that's it. And that's all, man.
There you go. There you go. Cause it's been times you say that like that, man. As far as my grandmother, my mom, my aunts, you know, I mean, I have what 13 aunts, something like that, 12, 13 aunts. So women been in our life.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All my life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I know when the lies or the fakeness or the sneaking around. Like I know all the women traits because I've been around women all my life.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Indeed.
So things like that. All my life, I always was looking forward as like, oh, I want a woman like my aunts because I've been around the women.
Gotcha.
This is how I want them. Like,
yeah, man.
So clean.
Yeah,
and
man.
Doing this. Everyone is not raised how your family was raised or how you came up. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to mold them.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Until them the way you want them to be. You know what I mean? So, but sometimes molding them is not great neither. Sometimes you gotta let them live the way they live.
Facts.
But if they can't comprehend and understand the way you are, how do you deal with that?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is the best way I could do it. Until a man gets knowledge of self, he won't know how to treat a woman. And knowledge of self is being able to know you are self, Lord, and Master, being able to understand why, your purpose of living. You dig what I'm saying? And when you look at yourself as a man, you can't see yourself through the eyes of other people. You have to see yourself through the eyes of yourself. And in order to be the best version of yourself, you have to be honest with yourself and rectify what's wrong with you before you can get to the right of you. Now, my first marriage, I cannot take anything away from my first wife. She had her issues, she had her challenge. I had issues as well. So much so that sometimes we got volatile, right? And it was because I didn't have knowledge of self. I was out on the street. I was a whoremonger. Bro, if I saw a woman that I wanted, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I was at that time, once again, because of sexual abuse that I faced from 10 all the way to 13 years old. So I thought at the time, when you get sexually active, that was a form of love, right? R. Kelly went through the same thing, who actually is born on the same birthday as I am, and my father as well, but I digress. When you're taught to touch, to feel, when you're taught these things in your imagination, then you express your way of life in that way. And what we're taught as men, oh man, that's my man. He got about 4, 5, women over there. He always gets girls. So you're taking that as a badge of honor. Yeah. Why? Because you don't have knowledge of self, right? And it's not. So when you get with a good woman, right, you don't know how to treat her because of all the learned behaviors that you picked up along the way. That's what happened in my first marriage, right? Definitely. We was together almost 2 years, got married. We weren't even together for a whole 6 months. She did what she did. I did what I did. I'm not proud of it, but she was still a good woman. She came from a good woman. Her mother was a great woman, right? She had her challenges, but she also was a great woman. But because I didn't know who I was, I projected the wrong things upon her. I was still in the street, still doing some things I'm not proud of. So when it came down to me giving her the love that she deserved, I was unavailable for it. What I learned from my first marriage is what I'm not doing in my second. You dig what I'm saying? So now I'm able, my first wife, and I don't tell the story to gas anybody. My first wife saw me and I was performing on stage, and she saw me go to 8 women. I went to this one, listen, I'm gonna hang out, well, I'll get with you later. Instead of that woman seeing me and like, nah, I ain't dealing with this dude got too much, he got game. She sat there, ate her dinner, watched me, and still accepted me for who I was. Definitely. Even in the midst of my brokenness, even in the midst of my own challenges, even in the midst of me still having learned behaviors within me, and she took me for who I was. Now, as I grew older with her, I learned I had to do some things like called shadow work. You got to go deep within yourself to see what's wrong with you. Like I said, we looking at the bloodline, we looking at my father, I'm the only one. He got kids. All of that is in your DNA without even you knowing it, right? I did my shadow work, and now the one that I am now, the man that I am now, the God that I am now, I will not even put my wife in those positions or disadvantages where she has to question my loyalty, let alone my love for her. So with that being said, when it comes down to how women act, whether it be because, of the things that they see from other women, or the desires, whether it be maternal, material things, et cetera, they'll act a certain way for whoever they're getting or catching their eye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whether it be an older man, whether it be a younger man, she's going to do whatever it is to get that person's attention. Like Tupac said, we get our name for a woman, we get our game for a woman.
Definitely.
A majority of the times when we see as men, we do the things we do is because of a woman. Same thing with a woman. But their value system is different than ours. We're on the physical, right? And a woman, she want what a man can get, or give her rather, and what she can get out of the man. All we want, we get in them drawers, we good to go, right? And we fall in love in the wrong form. Oh, she was good, she threw it down. Now you fell in love with the sexual act, but you don't know that woman from a hole no more.
Don't know nothing about
right? It takes a woman to teach you who you are. A majority of times when a man goes to the club, right? He want to wear the best jeans and clothes that women attract women. He's not wearing the clothes for himself, right? Yeah. The car that he buys, he's not just grinding for himself. Oh, I know when. Oh, I got the Benz. I got the Benz. Yeah. He's attracting. He already knows what type of woman he wants, right? What the woman will do, if she cooks, she'll cook for him, right? If she is sexually indulgent, she'll have, make love to you, have sex, whatever the case may be. She's winning you without you even knowing it, but you thinking it's you.
Yeah.
Right?
But she sees what she sees.
But she sees what she sees. Now, going back to what I said, from 10 to 13, and all the sexual deviancy I went through older women. So what I was learning was gained from the older women to manipulate. I wouldn't even deal with women my age.
Man.
You dig what I'm saying? Because they didn't have, I couldn't get the sandwich I wanted from this. And so then when I got with women my age or close to, I didn't know how to treat them.
There you go. Hey, it's crazy that you said it like that, man. Because look, I've been dealing with women. Man, I'm going on 38. And my birthday November 18th.
Bro, I thought you was 32, brother.
Man,
Black don't crack. We young.
But at the same time, I deal with older women all my life.
Right.
So when you go back to saying that these older women, they know how to really treat a man. They have been through, the shit.
Yeah.
So they know how to keep a man.
Yeah.
They know how they lost a man.
Exactly.
When a man always complained to him like, oh, you don't do this. You don't know how to wash some clothes. You don't know how to do this. Make me a sandwich and do this, do that. So they hear it all the time like, well, let me, change my routine on a different person whenever they start doing that type of things. So when the woman that I'm with now, you know what I mean? Hey, she's been there from the beginning.
Right.
Even though I was on dialysis, you know what I mean? And kidney stuff,
Right.
When I met her, man, on my deathbed, man, in Mary Washington Hospital, she was my nurse, man. Coming in, checking up on me. Me still being a whore that I am.
I'm with you. I got you.
Talking shit, to the nurses and the doctors. This is me, and I feel like I'm on my deathbed anyway. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, this is it for me. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. God, turned around. You know what I mean? As far as me, praying a lot and locking down with myself.
Facts.
But I was also that horsemonger. You know what I mean?
Man.
So
man.
I'm in the hospital talking shit, but that person though, man, was coming in and checking up on me, doing everything she needed to do, taking blood, doing everything she needed to do for me, man. And it's going on 11 years. You know what I mean? So that person from the beginning when I was on Dallas and then I'm off Dallas, doing the things that I'm doing as far as bettering myself, and she 3 kids, you know what I mean? She mothered 3 kids for me. You know what I mean? When I was just not out in the clubs and now showing my cars or showing my gear and what I'm getting on my swag and shit, and my ass was out.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Indeed,
in a gown. You know what I mean? And that person was right there saving my life to bring me back. Dude, you need to do this, you need to do that. Take this medicine, bring this medicine to me. Like, do this, do that. And I thought about it years down the line. I'm just now really realizing, like, this is the person that really, saved me. I mean, I've been figured it out, but it's like, it's hit me more and more daily. Like, damn, this is the person, like, why would you out here just playing with these people or doing anything, or if you think about doing anything, stuff like that. Well, this wasn't the person that seen you when your ass is out. These are people that seen you in these fancy cars and these clothes and shit that don't want nothing but your money, or think you have some money, you know what I mean, or something like that. This is a person that was right there with your fucking ass out in the gown,
Exactly.
helping you to the bathroom to take a shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And I can relate to that.
So you have to cherish them type of people, man. And I'm definitely cherishing them type of people around me, man. And learning daily, you know, who to be around and who the people that's gonna be there for you. You know what I mean? That makes sense.
No, come on, man. I appreciate you sharing that. That's beyond making sense. Like, here's the other thing, right? That when you could come to a woman and you tell her about the indiscretions that you have had with other women, right? And they still accept you for who you are, right? When I first got with my wife, I say a couple months later, a young lady tried to put a baby on me, right? I went through the whole 9 months with her, right? Her grandmother kept telling me, that ain't your baby, baby. That ain't your baby. But nonetheless, I'm like, well, I slept with her. You know, long story short, I get to the hospital. Baby don't look like me. Baby look like, you know, Miguel. Miguel come walking through the door. So I'm like, and then I came back. She said, what happened? I said, no, the baby wasn't mine. Then I went through another situation because my wife and I went through, you know, a little situation. And I started falling for another young lady. And I'm talking heavy. You know, communication, et cetera, et cetera. I broke my wife's heart by coming to her on that level.
Definitely.
And I was honest with her enough where even when I broke her heart, she still received me, right? That's when you know you got the one.
Definitely.
That's when you know if a woman can take you in your indiscretions at your lowest point when you actually offend her and she still give you time. We took space, we took all of that, and she was like still giving me love, even in the midst of that.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Even in the midst of my mistake, even me, you know, my shortcoming. That's when you know. You're not going to find someone on that same level.
Definitely.
You're not going to receive that same level of love and that commitment, right? And this is a reason why, and I'm a spiritual brother. I'm not a religious brother. I'm a spiritual brother. Say, he who finds a wife finds a good thing, right? The reason why it's a good thing, it's not the woman that's a good thing. It's what you create with the woman that's a good thing.
Definitely.
You dig what I'm saying? So now, you're always going to go back in your mind to the mistakes that you went through, and you learn from the mistakes, and you better for it so you don't have to go back to those same mistakes. That's what a good woman do. She'll teach you the lessons, not give you the lessons, but by the lessons you learn for yourself with her, right? So I said all that to say this, going back to the original statement as far as the young women and the older women, mature women know how to grow. Young women are still seeds. So by them being just still seeds, they need people to nurture, the water, et cetera, et cetera. And depending on where they get that water from is what's going to determine if they wind up being blossoming roses or weeds. You dig what I'm saying? So now, majority of the women that we see right now are becoming weeds as opposed to the flowers that they are. And that's because of who's nurturing and pouring whatever on them. So now, we as black men, even young black men, because here it is, if you only got, and there's no offense to anybody from the LGBTQ community, if you only got homosexual men, you only got gang-banging young men, you only got older men, you got men who getting money but treat women bad because they're getting money. Now we see an influx of women being with women. Now, yeah, a woman knows a woman better than a man does. That's facts. It ain't got nothing to do with us. But it's the desire, right?
Definitely.
So if a woman winds up looking up and she's with this other woman, it's because of all the men that mistreated her. Now, here's the other thing that we don't recognize. When you look at polyamorous relationships, right? You got your woman sleeping with this woman, right? And I'd have been in threesomes. I'd have done it all, right? Yeah. Someone always loses in a threesome or a foursome. Always.
Definitely.
Right? You can't say that you love a woman and you sharing her. You gonna watch another man or another woman do what you do with your woman that you say you love?
See, that's what we're not gonna do.
Oh no, we're not doing that. But if you are with someone for just what they give you, instead of for the heart, instead of for the soul and the spirit and the mind, that's what we're seeing nowadays. That's why they can write songs like "My Girl Got a Girlfriend." Yeah. So you a man, and that's cool. You cool with that. cool for your girl to have a girlfriend because guess what? The same way she got the girlfriend, she'll leave you for the girlfriend.
Exactly.
Right? But we got these songs, we got all of these things that right now are influencing, especially us as a community.
And the young people.
And the young people, these young ladies, this is what they're gravitating to.
Definitely.
You dig what I'm saying? So to be honest, we sit there and say, you know, men right now are at a deficit. Well, good women are also at a deficit too because of the learned behaviors that they're seeing. They actually are in a deeper deficit than we are.
Definitely.
Because they are deceived. They got to carry the kids.
Definitely.
So what's going through the bloodline of that woman, it's going to hit them kids too.
I got a question for you. So, do you feel like the internet has crashed the, you know, wife and husband or the relationships and stuff like that? Because like we go back to the OnlyFans, we go back to all that type of stuff.
Right.
Bills can be low and stuff like that. He might be at work. Oh, I got OnlyFans on the side. Pay the bills and shit like that.
Right.
Have you think that has fucked up the industry of the world? You know what I mean? That's how I feel. I was talking to a young lady the other day. She was like, I feel that the internet, because it's so easy for, say, a woman can just jump on the internet and just say, you know, this crazy. Not even say crazy. This say things they might not see is crazy, but to me it'll be crazy, or to you be crazy. Maybe it may not be crazy. They say this little small things as far as getting attention, you know, from a man or something like that. It could be anything. You know, anything you could think of.
Right.
They can go in your inbox fast. You know what I mean? It could just put up a picture.
Right.
It could be as far as putting a picture of you and your husband, or you and your woman, or whatever.
Right.
And saying, I'll go out to dinner, or, oh, babe, I could take you somewhere better than that.
Right.
Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just get in your inbox.
Right. Right.
The internet has fucked up the world. So by them doing that, putting a picture up, or anything it could be, and a man that has more than you can get in that inbox and say something, or get her attention, or, you know, maybe y'all might be going through something for the past week, or maybe month.
Right.
You know, maybe something going on with your body. You know, your shit not getting hard or something like that. But you don't know what's going on.
Pills on the internet.
You don't know what's going on. But this man, he might go in there and put something through there or whatever. You know what I mean? There's so many different things I can think of.
Right.
Do you feel like the internet has fucked the world up?
No.
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 Why would you say that?
I think man and woman's choices has fucked up the world.
Good answer.
The reason why, because I look at the internet, it's an amazing tool, bro.
Hey, it's a money maker. It's a money maker world, man.
It's an amazing tool. You can find. Let's take for example, you're looking for a family member, right? Long lost brother, long lost sister. If you're using the tool correctly, you can find that family member. We can do it a whole nine. Promoting films like I do, right?
Reach out to people.
We reach out to people. I got 100 Tubi pages in groups, right? So when the movie come out, I'm all, the whole day filled with send it. It's not the internet. It's how people use it. It's the choices that man and woman make to put themselves in a disadvantage to make the mistakes that they make. I mean, if I know, for example, I like a fat ass, right? My wife knows this, right? I like big, some brothers like breasts is okay, cool. I'm a leg thigh. Look, I eat killed breast when I was eating. I'm vegan now. I'm plant-based. But when I ate chicken, the breast of the chicken, that's all I ate. Yeah. But I'm a thigh man. No right? You got to have that cuff. You dig what I'm saying? If I know that if I see enough cuffs,
I know what it look like when they
and I know what it look like, guess what I'm about to go do? I'm about to get this cuff that's in my bedroom, and she may be tired. Yeah. She may be angry. Somebody that she worked with maybe made her angry, right? But I'm going to force her because I just watched this cuff that I like to get physical with me, not even concerned about what she just went through. So with that being said, the internet is an amazing tool, incredible tool, bro. If we use it correctly, But because, once again, culture, because of attitudes, behaviors, learned behaviors, etc., etc. Now, everybody is in disarray because they're using... Now, here's another thing. Like I said, it's a great tool. If you had a bad day, and you want to watch something that's going to make you laugh until you cry, it's just hysterical laugh. It is so many videos that's on the internet that I could click onto, and whether it be cats wilding out, whatever. Yeah. You know, now they got the AI, and they got the dogs and the bears throwing up the middle fit. That stuff is funny.
It's funny as hell.
Why is that good for us? Because now I'm finding something pleasure on the internet that's making my day better. Yeah. But if I'm using a fans only page, and I'm talking to the women right now, if I'm using a fans only page, because it's a lot of young ladies that are going through this right now, and we don't talk about it, but we need to talk about it. This girl has stripped, showed off her body. Now she lives in a certain community. Now somebody who is what's called genius can pinpoint where she is, right? Down to the damn numbers on her
address.
You know, the address.
Yeah. This
dude may be into sex trafficking.
Yep.
She has exposed herself without even really recognizing, because she wants the fans only money.
Yep.
Now that person's watching her, just waiting for the time where her, head ain't on swivel and she slips up.
Snatch up.
Now she got snatched up. That's what's happening in Atlanta, Georgia right now.
Going on.
Right? Because you got all these fans only that's going on.
Yep.
And they got thousands now of beautiful black women that are missing that they're not talking about. Right? Yeah. And the majority of it came through them putting that fans only up. Yep. Or shaking their ass on the internet. Playing around. Right? So once again, it's the tool, how you use the tool is going to determine your outcome, whether you live in a good life or you're going to put yourself and become a liability. So that's my answer, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with the internet. It's the choices we make as men and women.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna take time out. We're gonna pull a card, man. We know with Julio's fan cast, man, we do the card pulling game, man. So Tone gonna pull a card, man. We're gonna see what's going on. Let's pull the card, Tone.
Let's see what we got here. Man. I'm gonna pull one on your side, see what's happening.
Oh, you wanna mix it up?
Yeah, we're gonna mix it up. What is your favorite way to unwind after a long day?
That's me.
All right. I don't do it much. My favorite day or favorite thing to do after I unwind after a long day, sit in the tub, bro.
Relax, huh?
I throw my old school slow jams on and just sit there. I literally go to sleep in the tub. That's what I do when I've had a long day on set, whatever the case may be. And, I throw my Epsom salt in the water. And I'm gone, bro. I'm literally, out.
Definitely.
And I gotta make sure my tub, tub ain't too big, so I don't have to sink down and wind up drowning myself. But yeah, man, that's what I do after a long day. Throw the Epsom salt in the water, sit there, and listen to some real, classics. You dig? And go to sleep. Yeah, that's what.
What's your go-to music, man? What
class, man, you don't want to go there, B, because that's all day. I'm from the Earth, Wind, and Fire class. I'm from the Ozzy Brother class. I'm from the Al Green class. From the OJ's class. I'm from Aretha Franklin class. Shaka Khan class. Natalie Cole class. Teddy Pendergrass class. I'm from Donnie Hathaway class.
Like my goddamn grandma.
Bro, I'm saying, when I was growing up, other than hip hop, bro, we had the music. We had the best music in the late 70s, early 80s. We had the best, like the 90s beyond, bro. It, like, for example, Patti LaBelle, If Only You Knew, right? Definitely. Anita Baker, You're My Angel. You dig what I'm saying? Like, there were songs where, once again, Red Light, Blue Light in the Basement, I don't have to get in. Always and Forever. I don't have to get in. I could just you know, and I'm good with that. You
Yeah.
think what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got to get in. The songs they got to get in. Like, their songs, like I said, they're microwavable right now. They not happy unless they in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They not happy unless they all the way in, right? We were happy. And then the greatest thing about it is we remember them songs for a lifetime. Can You Stand the Rain, right? I went to the New Edition concert. I was there. I was there when Bobby Brown did My Prerogative, I'll Be Sure, Ooh, This Love Is So. I was there, right? So even when you look at hip-hop today ain't hip-hop. It's rap, right?
Right.
And sadly enough, you remember those songs. I remember Houdini, One Love. You dig what I'm saying? I remember LL saying I need love. You dig what I'm saying? They don't like this generation or generations here, they don't have those kind of that kind of music, right?
Definitely.
Right? I used to make slow jam tapes. You want to get to a woman's heart? Give her that slow jam tape or give her that slow jam CD.
Okay.
They don't do that now because they don't have the same kind of music. They can't relate.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? When you tell a woman, I'll give you the sun, the moon, the stars, and the mountains. I'll give you the world and all that you reach for and even more. Cause girl, you know I love you.
Definitely.
Like that. Those are the songs. When Babyface said, you know, I'll pay your rent, I'll cook you food, you know, I'll give you dinner too, you know, as soon as you get home. Like they don't talk like that no more.
Not at all.
Like the last song I heard, of course, my man Tyrese's whole album was crazy. But the last song I heard that was a slow jam, a sexual slow jam, but still had old school, was Tank and my man Jay Valentine's Slow.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That's more my speed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, when you look at Tyrese, Have I Ever Told You I Love You? Have I Ever Told You Still Mean the World to Me? Lately, bruh.
Man, it sound like you can't wait to get home.
Bro, that's how I get home, bro. That's how I get home. I ride home like that. You dig? So you only emulate what you listening to.
Definitely, man. It's time me to pull one of these cars.
All right.
See what we got here. What side you want?
No, anyone you want, bro. Anyone.
All right. Let's see what we got going on, man.
All right.
What is your go-to karaoke song? Man.
Let's see. What is yours, brother?
Man, personally, me, man, it's gonna be I like all songs. Man. I love all songs, but my daddy's favorite song, man, is Stroke It With The Motion. Stroke It With The Motion.
Ah, man.
If anything, but I take that song over everything. You know, I used to be in that old school with him.
Right.
Stroke It With The Motion. So that's me right there all day. You know what I mean? I'm from the old school. I'm a young soul.
Your pops was blues.
He
was into the
blues.
blues.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
definitely, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, brother.
Definitely.
Let me see what we got here. What is the one thing you would like to change about yourself and why? Ooh, man. Okay. The one thing, sometimes, not all the times, bro. Sometimes, my generosity.
Okay.
My generosity is huge, and the reason why is because of the way I was raised. I was raised without, right? I didn't have all the things that I desired to have. So when I'm able to have and able to help somebody or give somebody some form of assistance, I look at it as stewardship. Sometimes you can't give everything to everybody, right?
Right.
And the thing I'm learning today more than ever is I can't expect for others what I see in the mirror.
There you go.
So because of the giving heart that I have, I can't expect everybody to give the same way I give.
Exactly.
So that's my biggest challenge right now. That's what I would slightly, not all the way, but I would change that about myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak on that. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can't give people everything, man. Yeah. And I realize that, man, coming up and doing things, I can always figure something out for someone else. That makes sense.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
I can always give out good information. It'll come up off my information, and become successful with the information and do great things. You know what I mean? And I like, damn, well, why couldn't I plant that seed in myself and do that type of shit? You know what I mean? But as me doing what I'm doing now,
right?
As far as where we sitting at right now,
facts, which is an amazing thing.
It's an amazing thing, you know.
And I commend you greatly, bro.
Thank you. And then these movies and, you know, people coming forward like, man, I'm watching. I like what you're doing. Hey, keep going. Keep doing this. Hey, I think you should do this like how you would do. Like, man, I think you should find a spot that's more open or more this and more of that. You know, I take all them things in consideration. I'm like, man, these are people that's watching me, that's want me to grow, that want me to do bigger things on a bigger scale. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm starting to learn to just shut my mouth up. If I see something that's great, I'm going to attack it. You know what I mean? And put myself there before I try to be like, man, I think this would look good on you. Nah, I think this look good on myself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm on, man. So
that's peace.
Thank you, man, for coming through.
Come on, man. Thanks for having me, brother.
You know, man.
Hey, we're going to do it again.
In the building,
come on,
you know,
bro.
This part one, you know what I mean?
Bro. I appreciate
this right here was everything,
you,
man. Before we get out the building today, man, I want to give a couple shout outs, man. You already know, man. Victor Blocker, man. What's happening, man? Hey, look, we got definitely these jackets, man. These jackets here, man. Hey, don't get mad at the Dallas Cowboys. You already know what time it is, man. Hey, big man, shout out to Victor Blocker, man. He got them jackets. And man, lock in with him, man. Yeah, definitely, man, lock in with him, man. He got all the track jackets and everything you need. Even the Forever Love Yourself sweatshirts. You already know, man. We got the BOA in the building over here as well, man. All right, man, it's locking with me. I point you in the right direction to get what you need, man. Just lock in with us, man. Miss Curlin, man. Shout out to you too, man. Hey, you're stepping out on the couch today. You know, you coming through in the next few weeks, man. Before this movie drop, man. We're gonna talk about that. Again, man, that movie again.
Broken Behaviors 1 and Broken Behaviors 2. You can find Broken Behaviors 1 right now on Tubi. Definitely support Carolyn, Smiley, Randall. Also support Kendrea R. Williams with Deadlier Session 1 and 2, which are also on Amazon Prime and Tubi. We just dropped the second one, maybe 2 weeks now. It's already on Amazon Prime and be in on Tubi Land probably in the next week or so. It's so many people. I got so many people I can shout out right now. Shout out to everybody that supported me, you know, monetarily with sincerity. Mama Butler, my boy Dab, Anika Wade. It's so many people. Rosalind. My boy Donnell Stevens, Tiffany. It's so many people. I can't name everybody, but charging in my head and not my heart. Allie and Michael McCullen. I love y'all. It's so many. Oh, goodness gracious. My godmother, Adrian Hatchett. I love you. That. Like I said, wisdom.
Definitely.
That's my wisdom right there. My godmother is my wisdom, bro. That's my matriarch.
Definitely.
That, I mean, from 18, I used to lay on her bed and cry because of all the stuff I went through, and she just nursed me back to health. So I gotta shout out my godmother, Adrian Hatchett. My wife, of course, Tara James. We was tripping, we was beefing before I left the house, but we're gonna be fine. But it's so many people. Nicole Carter. With her film coming in April, Secret Troops. Everybody that's ever been in any film that, you know, cast, crew, et cetera, because as you see, I don't have a whole lot of people. I carry the cameras, I carry, you know, everything. Definitely. I set it up myself. I'm waiting for the day where I can find some partners that, you know, will help me on this voyage and we can get it together. But yeah, man, everybody who has ever been in any film, my boy Heath Snow, there's so many people, you know what I mean, I could thank right now, but at the same time, we got to close up.
Yeah,
so
definitely, man. Shout out to DJ Ink, man. Definitely, hey, you got everything working and sounding good in here, man. Everything working on ones and twos, man. Great DJ, man. Book DJ INC. You already know what time it is, man. Again, man, shout out to Carolyn, man. You already know. You can catch me in that Broken Behavior 2.
Broken Behavior 2.
What's my name in there? Detective.
Detective. You with ATF.
Hey, you fucking snitch.
You with ATF.
Hey, look, man, Detective Jones, you already know. Broken Behavior is 2.
Derek, I gotta say Derek and Crystal King before I'm doing a documentary, right? I'm probably gonna do one on YouTube.
Yeah, you already know. We already talked about that.
It's called Page One Mini Documentary. So look out for Crystal King and Derek King. They're on the first episode of Page One documentary.
Definitely. Hey, I'm looking for 12, 13, and 14-year-olds for the documentary for Williamstown. Williamstown, our documentary, me, Dizzy, and the guys, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking for, 4 of us. 4. I need 4 guys. Between 12, 13, 14, man. I need y'all lock in with us, man. I was sending all the information over. Our documentary, Williamstown, man. Stand up, man. With 5s. Let's go, man. Hey, thank you for coming through.
My man.
Appreciate it,
Thank
James,
you, brother.
man.
Thank you, brother.
We signing off. I'm down.
That's peace.